Just trying to. Thank you, Nigel. Go. Let's make sure I've got the right glasses on. Right. Football's off. Here we go. Come on, Chris, get it out of the system. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and those who've accidentally stumbled here to the toilet, welcome. For those of you who don't know me, I'd rather face a stampede of angry squirrels than be the centre of attention, honest. I promise to keep this brief, so I hope you've all been to the toilet and you've got a comfortable cushion. Fornication. Oh, sorry. For an occasion like this. Oh, I feel I should apologise in advance if I swear. I've been tested for Tourette's, unlike Les, who's already got it. Oh, now, let's talk about the incredible journey that some of you have taken to be here today. Ted, where are you? Father Ted! 590.5 miles. Feckin' marvellous. This goes to show how far. Longest journey ever for a free meal, Ted. Veronique! Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, madame. How far have you travelled? 532.14 miles. If you'd bought a boat, it's 100 miles straight across. The Jennings family. The distinguished Jennings family. 414 miles. Thank you so much for your dedication, everybody, to the journeys you've taken to share this day with us today. Before we dive into the laughter, let's take a moment to remember those who couldn't be with us today. Shirley, Sarah's mum, Terry, my dad. I know they would bring so much joy to this occasion and add to it. My dad will be up there now running a sweepstake on who's going to catch the bouquet. I'd also like to mention my mum, who's currently in a care home and her health doesn't permit her to be here today. So let's raise a glass to friends and absent loved ones. Cheers. Stop shaking, I can hold my page. Come on. Right, okay, so where we are next? Right, I'm going to thank a load of people now. So, I want to say thank you to Katie, Harriet and the Tregenna team. Manuel. That's all in there, brother. Thank you very much. You're a wonderful venue, got beautiful food, got excellent service, got wonderful people. Thank you very much. Right, who's next? You're all shitting yourselves, aren't you? Okay. Okay, thank you to Paul and Veronique for their readings today. Paul, oh, what a way to read. Thank you very much. Veronique, beautiful. Thank you. Veronique, you're in this speech more than Sarah is. Come on. Okay? So where do we get to? Veronique and Louise, thank you for being our witnesses today. It means so much to us. Thank you. Thank you to Sue. Where's Sue? Make your hand up, Sue. We'll sit there quietly. Sue has made this magnificent wedding cake by hand for us. Thank you, Sue. We know how much coffee safety warning. There was a bottle of brandy and a bottle of port in that cake. If you're driving, get your bloody hands off it. All right. And of course, thank you to Jeanette for saying grace and bringing some grace to us all.
Thank you, Jeanette.
There you go, Chris, page 1 down. Football getting closer.
It's still nil-nil.
Now, let me take a moment to thank some special folks. Roy, you're a legendary builder. marriage last as long or is half as sturdy as the handiwork that you do, we'll be golden for at least 70 years. When Roy comes round to complete a job at your house, he will leave your place tidier and cleaner than when he got there. This is a trait that Sarah picked up from you. And I bet you're not up at 4 o'clock in the bloody morning hoovering. Thank you, Roy. Thank you to Shirley. Here we go.
You got this.
Outstanding job. Bring it up, Sarah. And I promise you, I will look after her to my dying day. Here we go, Veronique's back in. Veronique is a long and trusted friend. You have known Sarah for nearly 4 decades. Of course, you're the younger one, so I can give that away. Since your French exchange when you were both 14, you helped Sarah master French fluently, which enabled her to get an A in her GCSE. And yet, still to this day, she can't speak a bloody word of French. Which is why you said when she gave you the good news, how the bloody hell did you get that? Laura and Stephen, you two have been our rocks from day one. Sarah's bridesmaid's duties must have been the rival the trials of Hercules. I dread to think how many hairstyles and shoes were trialled for today, and I can tell you, I bloody know, I looked every minute. All of it absolutely worth it, as I'm sure you'll agree. And Stephen and Laura, we appreciate you more than you know. Thank you to Gary, thank you to Stephen for tonight's entertainment to come. Free of charge. Thank you very much, thank you very much. They'll be handing out their business cards later and they will travel. Okay? You get that one for free, lads. Alright? And to my to my trusty comrades in arms, Nigel and Mark, you two are the Bonnie and Clyde of friendship. Always up for an adventure, never afraid to push the boundaries of sanity. In 1986, I met Nigel in Germany. He instantly hit it off. Always getting into trouble and upsetting aircrew by making them miss their takeoff times. Eventually, with the demise of several aircrew's mental health, they split us up. They put us on separate shifts, but what they didn't realise, that doubled the amount of aircrew that we could upset. Their second mistake was they sent us on detachment together to Sardinia. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Because one morning I woke up in a drainage ditch, cuddled up to Nigel, covered in God knows what, with the world's horrendous hangover. What a buddy you are. Right, so, I'm losing my place now. Before I joined the forces, my father gave me some advice. Keep your mouth shut. Keep your eyes open until you know who's what and what's what. That advice served me well. I was posted to Scotland in 1988. One day, into the Buccaneer Bay, where I worked, walked this dark-haired, Count from Sesame Street lookalike, gobshite, who clearly hadn't had the same advice. I instantly liked him, and we clicked. Another troublemaker to get in mischief with. He introduced me to whiskey. I hate whiskey. He loves whiskey, don't you, Mark?
Yeah. Fortunately, yeah.
Fortunately he does. And we spent many a time sitting on the edge of his bath, in his bathroom, crying with me sat on his lap, weeping about past things gone by, usually our fathers, and Lisa sitting in the background going, oh, for God's sake, get alive. Let's have a look. So another such time that we were out getting up to mischief, me and Mark, was my leaving do from Scotland, which coincided with Children in Need. Do you remember? Now we promised his wife at the time, sorry Lisa, We were only going to the Sub-Aqua Club for my leaving do. We weren't going downtown. We went downtown. We were in this pub, and the TV cameras were there filming children in need, and we'd been drinking whiskey and were blubbering about a loss about fathers. They thought that we were upset by the children in these stories. And they wanted to film us. Let's just say we were asked to leave the pub. When we got home, his missus says, "Where the bloody hell have you been?" And together we said, "Oh, I've just been to Sub-Aqua Club." She said, "You fucking liars, I've just seen you on the telly."
Ex-wives.
Ex-wife, yes. There's been times when we haven't been in touch for years and years. And when we do, it's like we've never been apart. It's the same for any serviceman or woman, or ex-serviceman or woman. It's something in us that draws us together. Right, Les? Warped sense of humour, usually, that normal people are horrified by. Right. Okay, so, now he's here, but I will read it as if he's not here. I'd like to take a moment to honour my eldest son, Christopher, who couldn't be here today, because he's away serving in the Navy. But he's not over there, alright? But what I'd like to do is raise a toast to all servicemen and women, serving and past. Long may their courage serve us. Cheers. That's halfway. Right. So, now to the woman of the hour. When did I do you? No? The rest of it's you now, baby. Okay, so for this speech I researched Google, not for the words, but for the structure. And it said, don't forget the main purpose of the speech. A romantic and heartfelt ode to the person you've just married. Try to avoid just saying empty words that anyone can say. She is wonderful, beautiful, kind, etc. Think of specific things that you, your other half, has done that made you proud or really love them or that make them unique. So here we go. Number one, your ability to turn a mundane plane ride into a comedy show. Miraculous. Your supporting, reassuring words to people on the plane who are nervous about flying. He went, "Oh my God, oh my God!" I said, "Shh, you're going to scare all the kids on the plane." I won't tell you what she said. Then we heard this woman sitting behind her telling her kid off that was playing out, "Shh, you're scaring the woman in front." Number two, your talent, and it is a talent, for striking up conversation with strangers, or as I like to call it, interrogating. You call it chatting, I call it interrogating. So we were staying in a hotel in Exeter. Okay. And when we arrived, Sarah chatted to the receptionist forever. Seemed like ever. Getting on inside leg measurements and everything when you're down and chats along. I've just lost my place then. Anyway, I couldn't help thinking that the receptionist had a hairier chest than a silverback gorilla. We headed off to our room discussing the sex of this receptionist. She said, "It's a woman." I said, "No. Not the way that frigging scarf was bobbing up and down on her Adam's apple." So we went to our room. Imagine the scene. Romantic. Sarah sat on the bed in her knickers. He strutting up and down naked, thinking I'm Adonis. Thinking, I'm going to have a shower. So, in hotel rooms, the bathroom's always by the front door, isn't it? Strutting off to the shower. It's the lover man. The door opens. And in walks this old man and his wife. Not a joke. And he's going, "You're in my room." I was like, "I'm not." He said, "Well, I've got the keys." I said, "I don't give a shit what you've got. Get out." Then he looks down and sees I'm naked. He goes toppling out with his wife. Off we went. We phoned up reception and we said, "There's an old couple on the way down. They might need a brandy." Turns out, Sarah, chatting, interrogating, whatever you want to say to the receptionist checked us out of the room and checked this old couple in. Next thing, we get a phone call. Oh, we're ever so sorry, do you mind if we can send you up a bottle of wine to apprise it? Yeah, fine, no worries. This young boy is sent to our room. No, Mr. Blamer, it's not that kind of hotel. We open the door, he stands there, and he's going, oh, very sorry. I said, no, stop it, we're laughing, aren't we? From then, John, the receptionist, leaps out from behind the side of the door, doesn't he? He'd been hiding there in case we kicked off, and decided to give us the wine then, didn't he? Anyway, right, number 3. Her absolute naivety that everybody in the world is wonderful and caring. We went to Torquay, invited by Sharon. Where is she? There she is. Go and watch the Air Day. We went and stayed in this hotel. From hell. Hotel from hell. We went in there. We went to the reception. There was nobody about. Rang the bell. The manager, the receptionist came out. We weren't on the books. She rang down for the manager. He says, yes, they're in. A bit too early. Send them away. So we said, well, that's right. We'll go and watch the Air Day. When we come back, Igor in his slippers, wasn't he? Max, he says to Sarah, sit! Just like that. I'm not just sit! And he says, card! Paid him his card. When the £36 went through, should have known it was too cheap. He said, right, follow me. And we went on this winding tour up and down these corridors in it like a Torquay hotel. Takes us in this room, pushes us in. And as we turn around, there's this bed with no headboard and there's the biggest, blackest, horriblest bug you've ever seen on your life on the bed. And him, pretending that we hadn't seen it, tried to flick it off, didn't he? And we were like... So, he went off to find another room, left us in the corridor, and we went and found it. It was equally as bad. Everybody knows that Sarah's a clean freak. This was a nightmare for her. What are we going to do? I said, we're going downtown and get pissed. He goes downtown, we comes back. The hotel was locked, wasn't it? So we went to this pub across the road for another couple of beers. When we come back, there's a gang of lads standing outside. So I said, well look, I'll go around the back, because it was still shut, and I'll try and get in. When I come back, the woman I left on her own discreetly here was in amongst this gang of lads who went, I've been stitches. And I said, what are you doing? She said, Babes, these lads, they said our room was burgled last week. I said, no, it wasn't. She said, they're in room 69, it's round the back, they're going to show me. I was like, come here! Right, and finally, I'll cut this short. Finally, what I love the most, and what sets us apart from all other couples, we've got the same amount of teeth. Between us, we haven't got a full mouth. We've 22 teeth. But amidst the chaos and the laughter, what truly sets you apart is your unwavering belief in goodness of people. Your optimism is like a beacon of light in a world sometimes shrouded in darkness. You've taught me to see the world through kinder, gentler eyes. For that, I'm eternally grateful. Sarah, babe, you're my best friend, you're my rock, you're my sunshine, you're my partner in crime. Never laughed harder, never loved deeper, never felt more alive. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding in a toast to Mrs. Winfield. Now strap yourselves in for this table.